that a lot of women and men have different types of friendships where a lot of men will have friendships based around activities or the fact that they went to the same college or they play sports together, they lift weights together, they are part of the same bowling league or trivia league or, friends that they fraternity brothers. So they cultivate those relationships that way. Whereas women will have a lot of friendships in a lot of the same reasons, but those friendships are more dynamic in that y'all will talk about your problems and your issues. And not to say guys don't do that, but women have more emotional outlets to relax, relate, and release, for lack of a better phrasing. Whereas men a lot of times will save that or reserve that for their romantic partners. And if we don't have romantic partners, a lot of the times conversations with our guy friends aren't about nigga like, you all right? Yeah, I'm cool. You straight? All right, bet. Like, right.
And but to that point though, it's like now it's starting to feel like, yo, it's okay. Like, it's okay to be like, yo, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm being on, like, yo, I gotta be honest with you, yo, like, yesterday was a hard one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that some men they feel like they can't open up because they're gonna be judged by their homeboys, and then they don't want to open up to women, their spouse, their significant other, because it goes back to what I was talking about earlier with just trauma being thrown in your face.
Like, that
and I
person
think
is
that's a
supposed to
fucked up
love
thing to do. You don't.
You feel like people won't listen to you when you tell them stuff.
Yeah.
You don't. No, get that shit off your chest. Talk about it, because that's where a lot of this anger and shit, wanting to put your hands on folks and not knowing how to treat. That's where a lot of that shit come from, because you holding all that shit in until you fucking explode.
It was a guy that was saying he was arguing with the women in his house, talking about, he was saying that, it wasn't a lot of men around that showed emotion. Like, he had his dad, but it was like, it was nobody that told him, like, when you get upset, go work out. When you get upset, like, when you get mad or whatever,
learn to channel that into something.
Go work out, go take a walk. And he was like, it's a lot of niggas out here that's either dead or in jail because, yo, they way too emotional. A nigga stepped on your Jordans, yo, you going, like, you fighting, somebody end up dying.
Because he stepped on your shoes.
Somebody bumped into you, you ready to fucking break this man's neck.
What's wrong with you?
But I will say that I enjoy seeing when I enjoy seeing other men like expressing themselves and being like productively expressing themselves and saying
it's
something.
Okay to cry, and I dared his father to tell him otherwise.
Yeah,
and I would cuss his fucking ass out. You're not gonna sit here and tell my son don't cry, or don't express his feelings, or he not supposed to feel a certain. What you're supposed to tell him is how to do it in a healthy way.
Right.
How to. Certain things is not worth getting upset about. Okay, it's a minor inconvenience. It's a slight inconvenience. You used to get. I mean, one time, like especially when it comes to like shit like video games and shit like that. Okay, you get irritated. I hate losing too, but it was the way he was expressing it.
Right.
No, we ain't doing that. You done broke the damn TV. You done broke the game. You done did that. No, that shit ain't cool. Because who gonna replace this shit? Who gonna replace it?
Yeah, but it's but then I think, like Brandon said, a lot of men don't necessarily express themselves because they don't feel heard. And then even the one person that you should, that's not your mama. The one person that you should be able to talk to, don't listen. Yeah. I saw a guy that said he bought a roll of wire like 40 years ago. And he was trying to talk to his wife, like, it's crazy because now this wire is almost gone. Like, he was like, yo, that's like 40 years of my life gone. And she didn't even hear him. Like, she wasn't even listening. All she said something. She was like, "Oh, I just thought you was out. I thought it was something wrong because you was wearing a Jets hat." And he shut down completely and was like, and she was like, "Well," he was like, "Nothing."
I think a part of it is people have different styles or ways to communicate in the way they comprehend things, and I think that it's not. Sometimes it can be contributed to the difference between men and women, but being with somebody who may not quote unquote speak the same language that you do, so things will get lost in translation because you say something that you think is clear, but to them it's like, oh, well, you actually mean this, or actually, well, damn, like what you cussing at me? Like, it's like, no. Go to therapy.
Yeah, and also
distill it down.